You all have gathered to hear my talk on this particular topic. I am Dr. Vinod Sakhrani. I am a consultant pediatrician practicing in Dahisar for the last 35 years. Now, you all must be wondering that being a pediatrician, what have I got to do with this general breathing topic? There's a very valid reason behind it. Now, during the second wave of COVID, I suffered myself from COVID pneumonia. And I was hospitalized for 6 to 7 days. I had breathlessness at that time. Well, I got treated, came back home, only to restart having breathlessness after, say, about 10 days. And breathlessness was quite problematic. My CT scan also deteriorated, and I could barely walk more than 100 meters. I had shortness of breath, and being a passionate singer, it was a major concern for me. I could not take the long stretches while singing. So that made me really very apprehensive, and then I took medical help again. Besides taking the medicines for my condition, the chest, which had worsened, I was given rigorous breathing exercises. And I did those breathing exercises very religiously, and slowly it put me back on the track in, say, 4 months. So I thought that since I have undergone this experience, why not share this idea with you all? And believe me, it is definitely going to help you all, not you all, to all the people in the society at large. And now, whenever the term breathing comes to your mind, what thought process do you all have? What comes into your mind? And please be free to talk to me, raise your questions, and let the session be interactive. Because see, I am not an expert in this field. I wanted to share this idea just because I have experience and I have got tremendous advantage out of this. So I thought that I will definitely share this idea. So whenever the term breathing comes to you, we always say that breath is very, very important for life. Now we all know, this is what I would like to share again, that we can survive without food for 3 weeks, we can survive without water for 3 days, but without breathing 3 minutes. Or for those deep divers, it may be a few more minutes, or those people, those who are doing a lot of yogic sadhana, they may be able to survive without the breath for a few more minutes, but they cannot go for hours and hours together. Because God has devised mechanism for us to store nutrients and water for enough time. But the Mother Nature has not devised any mechanism to store oxygen. And that is the reason that the breathing is vital for us. Breathing is vital for us. Breathing, we have to keep breathing to keep ourselves alive. Now, another thing which I learned during those days, since I was suffering from this particular ailment, as I started doing those breathing exercises, I went into the literature, I researched, and I came to know that 50 to 60% of the people are not breathing correctly. And that was quite a shocking revelation to me. There also I thought that this particular thing has to be shared. As to people may be breathing incorrectly, but they're not aware of it. They're not aware of it. So it's just a simple, small kind of a gesture to make people aware of it. So now, see, we keep breathing. We keep breathing. It's a subconscious process. We don't think, or we don't put our conscious attention to it. I mean, you don't think कि अरे मैंने पहले सांस ली कि नहीं और बाद में सांस लूँगा. It automatically happens. So the thing is that if we pay a proper attention, we can get lot of advantages out of it. Like we pay a lot of attention to nutrition, hydration, workout, sleep. I don't say they are not important, but equally important is the breathing. And today I am going to little elaborate on these beneficial aspects of the breathing. Because breathing is not only to do with living alone. I mean, it has lot to do, and that's what I also learned, that it has something to do with quality of life. And the most important thing which has surpassed all the articles is that you develop a tendency, you develop a power to live in the present moment with the proper breathing techniques. Now, how it happens, as the my presentation progresses, I'll definitely let you know. But this much I can tell you, that breathing correctly declutters your mind. All the thoughts, worries, tensions, apprehensions of the past, and your apprehensions of the future, and your mind is focused for the present. And that is definitely, it has been in the all articles, and I'll come to tell you all how it happens. So if we have, apart from living, if we have to derive the advantages, benefits of the breathing for our physical, mental and emotional health, we have to give a bit of ours. I'm really telling you, it's a bit of ours. It's nothing exhaustive efforts you have to do to learn the proper breathing techniques and also practice it. In a very short, I will let you know how the breathing occurs. In our rib cage, in between the two ribs, there are small muscles called intercostal muscles, and at the base of the rib cage, separating the chest from the abdomen, there is a horizontal layer of the muscle called as diaphragm. So whenever the breathing in or inhalation happens, the intercostal muscles contract and pull the rib cage out, and diaphragm contracts and pulls the rib cage down. So there is effective increase in the cavity of the chest, and the air rushes in. That's how the inhalation occurs. And the reverse happens in the breathing out or exhalation. All the muscles relax, and the rib cage comes up and also goes inside and expels or removes the air outside. This is the very simple way. Now, many people don't know that there are two types of breathing. One is the shallow breathing, which is also known as vertical breathing. In this, only upper part of the lungs are filled with the air. I will give a demonstration like this. So it effectively increases the height of the chest, but the only disadvantage is that it is poorly ventilated. Means the base, the lower part of the lung is not filled, and there is less oxygen extraction from the air and less oxygen delivery to the body. And this particular breathing is associated with stress. There is less oxygen extraction. Apart from this, there is a deep breathing, also known as abdominal breathing or diaphragmatic breathing, wherein you take the help of the belly. You can look at me when I breathe. The belly comes out. It fills the lower part of the lungs where there is maximum blood supply and more oxygen extraction. Meaning from the air, the extraction of the oxygen is more and it is delivered to the body. So it's almost 20 to 25% more oxygen one gets, and that is, it's a brilliant thing. It's a brilliant thing. And this particular deep breathing associated with relaxation. I'll come to it, how it happens. Now, anybody knows how what controls our breathing? Anybody? Very nice, very nice. Now that's a real polished medical knowledge. It's coming from a medical personality only. But I just, from those who are non-medical, I just wanted to know what do they think, from where and how this the breathing is controlled. So I will tell you. The madam has rightly pointed. I will just drive your attention to this figure. I will not go into the medical jargons. Now, this is brain and the spinal cord. Now, autonomic nervous system is a specialized portion of the nervous system which controls our life's very important processes like breathing, like digestion, blood pressure, heart rate, heart beating. Now, there are two branches. One is sympathetic division, which comes from the middle portion of our spinal cord, and one is red color, which is known as parasympathetic, which comes from the base of the brain and the tip of the spine. So this much I would like to tell: the sympathetic nervous system is to some extent it is very helpful to our body, but continual sympathetic system work is negative for us. So I will term that as negative, and this parasympathetic is our friend. It brings lot of positivity. How I will go through the... So sympathetic nervous system, as I told you, it is an excitatory system. Whenever it is switched on, since I told you it's negative, it increases the heart rate, it increases the blood pressure and makes the breathing fast and hence shallow. Now this is, you must have read in the many journals or lectures that it is a fight and fright system. Why? Because it helps us in our emergency situation. Whenever there is fear, emergency, challenge, action, thrill, excitement, anxiety, stress, there is a switching on of the sympathetic nervous system. And adrenaline is the secretion. You must have read. It leads to a lot of adrenaline. So adrenaline is to some extent it is useful whenever you are in an emergency situation, threat. It helps you a lot. But chronic, continuous secretion is not good. Now see, every now and then we are not into these threatening situations or kind of challenges or something like that. But there are small kids of this particular stimulation, like you are anxious for anything. Anxious is a very common friend of all of us. You are stressed, stressors, we can make a list. Work pressure, worries, wrong judgment, financial stress, fear of rejection, interpersonal relationship, chaotic traffic, chaotic eating, and traffic waits. You have to somehow get some time to do that work, and you have to reach time. You have reached office and you want to finish off something, and suddenly you come to know Wi-Fi is not working. You do like this. So that is a stress, and that is the switching on the sympathetic nervous system. Without a knowledge, without a control, it switches on. So the result is adrenaline secretion, and that leads to fight and fright response, and your heart rate increases, your breathing becomes fast and shallow without a knowledge. Now I just wanted to ask anybody from the audience whether during such, these are whatever situations I told all of us face day to day, hour to hour. And what do they feel, and how do they cope up with such stressful situations? Anybody? I'll be happy if somebody comes up. Yes, madam. Yeah. Means what you experience whenever you are stressed, and what you do to allay this stress and anxiety, what you do. Means I just wanted to know without me telling you. Yes, sir. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. In with me, every time I have ever been stressed out, focusing my mind on the breath helps me immensely.
Fantastic. Very well.
It brings
said.
me to the present moment and calms me down instantly. It's a free of cost tool I have.
Correct. Absolutely correct. Chanting. So I will be coming shortly on those. Whatever you have told, whatever means you have told, that stimulates those red nerves, parasympathetic system, our friend, positive system. And what it does, I will be coming shortly to it. Now, one example I will give you how the sympathetic nervous system gets stimulated. Suppose now you are taking a leisure walk in National Park, and suddenly you find that one monkey is rushing towards you. What will you do? Run. Running makes what? Your heart rate will increase. Your breath will become shallow, short. So that is the work of how it. You will tell कि नहीं मैं दौड़ी, मैं भागी, but किसने भगाया आपको? Adrenaline. तो उस समय दैट टाइम एड्रेनलिन अपना दोस्त है, लेकिन अगर ये बार बार होता रहेगा तो फिर क्या होता है मैं आपको बताता हूँ. So see, monkey is a metaphorical situation. Monkey is a metaphorical kind of metaphorical representation of these situations which I told you, whatever I enumerated. So those are working day to day, hour to hour, and months, years. It's a question of understanding and realizing that they are leaving some damage to our system. So that's called sympathetic overdrive, meaning that negative system is working again and again without a knowledge, and that leads to restless behavior, less calmness, restless sleep, anxiety, stress, high BP, fast heart rate, poor reasoning and judgment. Sometimes you don't know why you are not able to concentrate on the work. That is because your adrenaline oversecretion. Now this particular thing is happening on its own. I mean, you are not having any control over it. You are breathing, having fast and short breaths. So this becomes a habit. You don't know. So unless and until you understand, we cannot understand the problem. We cannot correct that problem. So can anyone tell me what happens if you breathe shortly? I mean, if you take shallow breaths. Perfect. Correct. 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 Very well said. Very well said. Now I will tell you why fatigue happens. Of course, low oxygenation is one of the answers, but there are other reasons also. So, since only upper part of the lung is filled and this is shallow breathing, the more and more of this neck muscle and the shoulder muscle are being used without your knowledge, and you tend to develop pain in this area because these muscles are continuously under tension then, and that leads to the shoulder and neck pains and less oxygen. Less oxygenation has. Now somebody told me fatigue. Now less oxygenation also is one of the reasons, but when you take shallow breaths, fast breaths, there is carbon dioxide washout. Limited amount of carbon dioxide is required for a calmness, and when that gets completely or more and more washed out, it leads to tiredness, giddiness, tingling numbness, also causes mental fogging. See, being a medical professional also, when I went through these articles, I learnt all these things. But then better late than never. That's what I told myself. I was also living the same rut, leaving for clinic, attending cesareans and running for emergencies and trying to cope up with the more number of patients in limited time and satisfying the parents' inquiry and looking after the staff, logistics, etc. And then coming back and again run. So it leaves some problem to our system. So this is, I have given you an idea about the sympathetic nervous system or the negative, so-called negative system, which continuously, if it gets activated, it is going to do harm. I told you, restless sleep, restlessness total, and less calmness, less peace, etc. And you are in continuous, fear state. As opposed to that, this is our friend, positive system, also called parasympathetic. You remember those red colored nerves coming from the base of the brain, the tip of the spine. It's also called as rest and digest system. It gives break to the excitation. वो जो एड्रेनलिन आपको एक्साइट करता है, एक्टिवेट करता है, रन के हार्ट रेट बढ़ाता है, that is all controlled with this. And whatever activities you told, somebody chants, somebody does yoga, somebody does breathing, somebody talks to self, etc., or somebody gives attention to breathing, they all stimulate this parasympathetic nervous system. I'll come to it, how it happens. So I had to enumerate, but the answer came from you all. The most important is notably the deep breathing. And what happens? What happens when you do these positive activities and stimulate this positive nervous system? Your stress reduces, you feel happy. Why? Because there are a lot of happy hormones are under control of this positive system. They are liberated. And this calmness, mindfulness, you are focused, you perform better, sleep well, there is better sleep, self-awareness, inner connect. You want to do meditation, deep breathing helps you a lot. And you live in more and more in the present moment, and there is a better mental and emotional health. So just I told you that abdominal breathing, just to repeat that it's a slow breathing. More air fills in the lungs, especially the bases, deepest part of the lungs, and there is more oxygen extraction. Now how this deep breathing works, I'll just draw your attention to this diagram. You can see that the lungs, right side it is without the cover of the ribs. There are small nerve endings which are called stretch receptors on the both the outer side of the lungs. When you take shallow breaths, they don't get activated. When you take the deep breath, then they get activated, and there is a connection of these stretch receptors directly to that center of the positivity, parasympathetic nervous system, and that sends relay to your digestive system, to your blood vessels, your heart, and breathing. So this is how, and this is mediated, of course I have not used that medical jargon, this is mediated through a chemical substance called acetylcholine. You need not remember that. We just have to remember that negative system and positive system. We don't have to think of anything else. So this already I have told you. So another thing I would like to take your attention to, this limbic system. It's a very specialized part of our nervous system. It's called limbic system. And this limbic system is through a complex network of nerves and chemicals. It supports these four things. Very important. Very important. Positive emotions, good behavior, enhances motivation, and enhances the long-term memory. And deep breathing from the lungs always they also have relays to or connections to limbic system. So when you are doing deep breathing, correct breathing, not shallow breathing, then your positive parasympathetic system also is stimulated, and this limbic system also is stimulated, and that leads to these results: better emotions, better behavior regulation, control of reactivity, and you face the situations with good composure. You don't get bogged down. So aggression is controlled, anxiety is controlled. I during those few months I myself experienced this. So, and the tool is so simple. Tool is very simple. It's just a deep breathing at handy, doesn't cost anything, and any time you can keep doing. Means you when you are working, if you just keep giving suggestions to yourself that you have to keep doing the deep breathing, it is handy. You don't have to go and isolate yourself somewhere while you are doing your work at that time also. So through the stimulation of this limbic system, the past and the future thoughts are subdued, and you are ready to focus on the present. And that's why the deep breathing, when you do deep breathing, through the stimulation of this system, you are in the more and more in present moment, and once you are in present moment, everything will happen correctly. Your work, your performance will be better, your efficiency will increase, and your joy of work will, because you are see why we meditate, why we do yoga, why we have fine arts. We want to forget, and this particular deep breathing helps you to forget and focus on those activities which are giving you pleasure, relaxation. And as opposed to it, our chronic stress, which I enumerated everything, along with its adrenaline, is causing lot of havoc to our life, and that is preventing without a knowledge to live an emotionally rich life. Believe me, we all are having a birthright to enjoy and experience that relaxed and emotionally rich life. But whatever list of stressors, that list may be endless, stressors which are preventing us from experiencing those joyful moments without our knowledge. We don't know whether we could have enjoyed because of this negative systems activation. So what is the solution? Solution is be aware about your breathing and breathe through your nose. Nasal breathing has lots of advantage. Now whenever you breathe through the nose, the air first goes into these sinuses, it gets filtered, gets humidified, then enters the chest. Because the dry air is irritating to your chest and chest tubes and lungs. So that is known to everyone that it's a humidified and filtered air, but in the sinuses, nitric oxide is produced. And that nitric oxide again works like your positive system. It leads to widening of the blood vessels. So if this is the blood vessel diameter, it makes into this much. So the heart has to impose less force to push blood into the vessels. Effectively, that is blood pressure. That is blood pressure. And adrenaline does ulta. It constricts, it reduces the diameter of the blood vessels, and the heart is under pressure. It also widens the chest tube, so there is 20% better oxygenation. Nasal breathing also leading to better oxygenation. It's a wonderful thing. Now I will just ask you, any of you have habit of mouth breathing or snoring? Yeah, so it is in the literature. Oh, you also? My goodness. So it is told in the literature that almost 20 to 50% of the people are breathing through their mouth because of any cause. That small child maybe because of the adenoids. Adenoids are structures which are situated behind the nose, that when it is swollen, so you have difficulty in breathing, or overweight, obesity, or some people have poor muscle tone. So whenever they breathe, especially what happens at night time when you're sleeping, as such your body becomes relaxed completely, because that is the time you are away from everything, sleeping, your positive system is working for the sleep, for the relaxation, for the better joyful moments of sleep. So at that time, if your muscle tone is or muscle power is less, it becomes flabby, and then one starts snoring. So what do you think? What is the result of mouth breathing? Can anyone tell me about snoring and mouth breathing? That is definitely, because it is not entering the sinuses. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. So these are the ill effects. Apart from change of facial structure is for small kids, correct? And crooked teeth also for them only. As somebody told, dry air unfiltered, it is very irritating to the chest tube. Nitric oxide is not produced. Again, that becomes situation like your negative system, and there is less oxygen. Definitely 20 to 25% oxygen is less. Now I will tell you the method of breathing. First you listen to the whole method, and then we'll do a small practical demonstration. So whenever you want to see, anywhere you can do this deep breathing, anywhere. No, there's no need to go to some place. When you are working at that time also, here I am telling you close your eyes, but you can keep working and still take deep breathing. So you have to sit on the chair, your back resting with the chair in contact, but the shoulder away from the chair support, and you have to keep both the feet connecting the ground at shoulder distance, and gently, softly close the eyes. As I told you, when you're working, you need not do that. And then you simply, just to bring the awareness to yourself, you feel your tip bone. Gently you come up and feel the spine. Relax your neck muscle, shoulder muscle, jaw, and try to bring your awareness to your heart beating. And then take a deep breath through your nose. The belly should come out. Before that, you place a hand on the belly and one hand on the chest. Then take a deep inhalation. Like this I am just showing you. My belly came out. That is the deep breathing. Whatever. I usually take count of 4 to 5 to reach the peak of the breathing in. Then I hold there. Say 4 to 5 counts. And then I breathe out through the mouth. Like we blow the candle. It's called pursed lip breathing. So there are 3-4 things one needs to get used to doing whilst you are taking breathing in inhalation. Give your mind suggestion that you are taking in peace, joy, serenity, love, positivity, etc. And learn to experience the smoothness of the breath. In the beginning period, it may not be that smooth. It's a question of practice. And then when you are exhaling, then again you give suggestions to your brain that you are getting rid of negativity, worries, tensions, envy, anger, etc. etc. A lot of things are there. And then you will learn to enjoy the typical vacuum or emptiness of the mind. It's a question of practice. I mean, when you start practicing, suddenly we will not become that used to deep breathing. But as slowly you start doing more number of times, and there is no this thing. Once you reach home, you do it for 10 to 15 minutes. That's good. It's more than sufficient. And when you are at workplace, then also you can keep even 2 breaths you take, enjoy. So it becomes a habit of. It's a question of making it a routine. It's a question of making it a routine. So we all will do take 1 or 2 breaths. So you all please, as I told you, just both the feet on the ground, as I told you. And keep a hand on the chest and one hand on the belly. You should not let the hand on the chest move. Your hand on the belly should move. So as I told you, try to just gently close the eyes and try to just bring awareness to your heartbeat and take a deep breath, counting 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is, you can keep doing it. Breathe in 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now see, I have just told you one practical demonstration. Now it's up to us how frequently we do and how we start enjoying their benefits. And but one thing is universal. You are going to experience only positive advantages of it. There is nothing disadvantageous. Now, anybody knows what is the normal breathing rate? Have you ever thought how much is the normal breathing rate of us? Yes. But then suppose since we are all stressed people, suppose you put your attention, you will be surprised to know that you are breathing at 20. So some element of that will be shallow breathing. and you are suffering the lack of oxygen. So as you start practicing and really getting the benefit or advantage of the deep breathing may take some time, few weeks to a month or something like that. So, but you have to be continuously doing it. You will realize in few weeks that your breathing rate has dropped from 16 to 12 to 8 per minute. It happens because your system will get triggered to keep breathing deeply, slowly. Automatically you will realize that you are becoming a breathing expert. So I was just asking ki there are a lot of stressful situations we go through, whether it is situations or events or people, inseparable, undeniable part of our life. So that's why I was telling someone what you do. So somebody told that chanting, yoga, meditation, talking to self, etc., etc. But this particular deep breathing, I have experienced myself. It's a quick fix to calm you down. Quick fix. Suppose you are tense sometime for anything. You don't get away from that situation, but start breathing deeply. You will realize the difference. And it is auto-suggestion. You are giving suggestion. You have been giving suggestion to your mind that you are becoming calmer, you are becoming peaceful, you are becoming more efficient. You will tackle the situation. You will not react aggressively. You will not react negatively. You will take it as part and parcel of the life. So, I need not repeat how it happens through our friendly positive system and the most friendly limbic system. So this again I am repeating that as you keep doing, you will start having this thing. See, as I told you that we cannot get away from these stressful situations. They are part of our life. We have to live with it. But then by activating our positive systems, we can reduce their effect on our body, mind and soul. We become expert to let go of lot of things, because then we start giving so much importance to our peace of mind and our joy and our calm and calmness and our peaceful sleep, and believe me, it brings in distinct change in your interpersonal relationship, because ultimately you are becoming more and more composed personality. I have just experienced it myself. That's why I thought that I'll share with you. You will definitely start enjoying the benefits. So it's a question of making habit hobby. I mean, I told you, I am repeating again, that you're not supposed to go and sit somewhere and sit in the yoga posture and all. Sitting on chair while working, just keep breathing. It becomes habit. It may take some time. Walking also, while walking also, you can take some few deep breaths. You're going here and there, or you're, yeah. Yes. I will tell you, once you start doing deep breathing, when you're walking, of course, you cannot jog, do fast walking, and when you're doing leisure walk, if you are going to take deep breath, trying to attempt to take deep breath, at least shallow breath will be out. I am not telling 100% deep breathing, but at least shallow breath will be out. And slowly you start attending to your breath. Conscious breathing. Exactly. Again, you are in present moment. That's why I have made only one slide of only this thing, that you should make it a habit. So I'll just quickly take you through the health benefits of deep breathing. Physical health, I told you that there is less neck and shoulder pain because you are not using them that much. There is better sleep. Melatonin. Melatonin is a sleep hormone. There are tablets of melatonin available. That is secreted through the deep breathing. Better digestion because there is better blood supply, because the our positive system dilates the blood vessel, so there is more blood flow to the intestines. There is better lymph flow. Lymph is the system which takes away all the debris of metabolism and infection, and better digestive juices are secreted. And I mean, it was a really I have not been able to elucidate on how better is the insulin secretion through deep breathing. I'll be happy if some of you go through it and give me a call. Better blood pressure control, I have already told. Better lung health. Now this is a very important aspect, especially in today's era where we are having lot of air pollution and we are inhaling lot of toxic pollutants. So there is the better clearance of mucus and the pollutants. There is a better local defense. See, when you are walking and you are inhaling thousands of germs, bacteria, viruses, fungi, etc. Your lungs have that capacity to kill those germs instantly. Those are local defense factors. They increase through deep breathing. And because there is a better filling of lungs, your lung volumes are better, your stamina is better. Mental health, I have already told you through the effect on the limbic system. These are all positive things which you get. Happy feel, better emotional, behavioral regulation, calmness, mindfulness, as madam is telling. Limbic system, one important point I will tell you. Limbic system after a certain age starts degrading. Its volume starts shrinking, especially in the senior age. So that's why there are a lot of issues with the behavior in the older age, coping up with the situation, and they are given a lot of discounts, older people. That is all because their emotional stability is in question. Am I correct? If you are thinking. So this is because of the shrinkage, degradation, or loss of the volume of the limbic system, and our deep breathing helps to maintain the volume. May not increase, but it maintains the volume. I will not say that it increases, but it maintains the volume. And there are a lot of other things which help in limbic system. The most important is the social connectedness. Very important. Social connectivity is the most important thing to maintain the emotional health of the elders. And all these joyful activities which all have told, chanting, meditation, yoga, talking to self, music, fine art, they all work on this system. That's why you say na yaar मैं एक ड्राइंग बनाता हूँ ना, 1 घंटा बनाता हूँ, सब कुछ भूल जाता हूँ. करेक्ट. और नयन जी जब कीबोर्ड के साथ बैठते हैं और कोई गाने का नोटेशंस लिखते हैं तो सब कुछ भूल जाते हैं. फिजिक्स भी याद नहीं रहता ना आपको सर. तो वो क्यों रहता है? दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ योर लिम्बिक सिस्टम इज continuously activated, and it sends signals to the body structures to calm down, rest, brain, reduce adrenaline, increase our friendly acetylcholine, etc., etc. So we have to and nothing better than a simple tool like breathing, deep breathing, to keep yourself away from the emotional maladjustment, I may say, and you react to small things. You react, you raise your voice, raise your blood pressure, call your unfriendly foe adrenaline without your knowledge. तो आज मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कि ऐसा करने से मेरा एड्रेनलिन बढ़ता है. That is good warning. That is good warning, because see क्या है कि we all are hard working people. We gain lot of rewards and revenue from our hard work, but वो उसका real आनंद लेने के लिए we have to have that state of mind, and that definitely I am a passionate singer. Now I have been doing these practices over last 4 years, 3 years, 21, April 21, no? Delta wave. So 3.5 years. My music has become, my singing has developed a different kind of texture, all because of this deep breathing. And not me, my teacher comes home, she tells, my wife is sitting, she only means there is a better kind of control on your singing, better. Yes, yeah. Breathing pauses, stretches, जो पहले गाने के लिए तकलीफ होती थी, that is now slowly reducing. So that gives you joy. So any fine art, whether it is drawing, painting, music or singing or playing some instrument. So healing also improves because of the increased oxygenation and increased defense factor and increased blood flow. Whereas it is negatively done by our negative system. Immunity, I don't have to say again, increased blood supply, increased defense factors are brought to the system. Pain tolerance, that is one important thing which is which I would like to say. Endorphins are specialized hormones in our body which are meant to decrease your response to pain and reduce the pain's effect on your body. So you are able to tolerate the pain. You are able to let go of small painful things, and that is because of this endorphins. Good energy level. First of all, there is good digestion. So in digestion, we require to burn whether it is carbohydrate, proteins or fat, you have to burn that food with the oxygen. Everybody knows that. There is more oxygen, more blood supply, so there is better digestion and there is better energy production. Now, through our friendly positive system, there is a energy conservation. Meaning, because positive system is working good, the body processes, breathing, heart beating, our muscular function, that happens at a little lower oxygen cost. So ऑक्सीजन तो बढ़ रहा है, बन ज़्यादा रहा है, यूसेज भी कम हो रहा है और वी आर रिलैक्स्ड. आपकी जो पहले नेक और शोल्डर मसल्स बहुत काम करती थी वो कम काम करती है. सो यू आर स्पेंडिंग ऑल्सो लेस एंड हेंस द एनर्जी लेवल्स आर मोर, प्लस योर लंग वॉल्यूम्स आर बेटर. So more air goes in, more oxygen comes in. So in all, energy levels are more. Your tiredness reduces. You are more kind of enthusiastic person than ever before. So now I was asked about this, then why not do meditation? Meditation also involves deep breathing. But if there is a chronically stressed person, you cannot suddenly ask that person and Baba sit and do meditation. Meditation is a very difficult process. You have to really train your mind to be devoid or lack of thoughts, or reduce the thought process and focus on this. But I have realized that if you do deep breathing, which nothing, that stressful person, you have to just tell, आप बैठ जाओ भाई, खाली deep breathing करो, दूसरा कुछ भी मत करो. Yes, rightly said. But then see, when you tell that word of do meditation, अरे नहीं यार मेरे से नहीं जमने वाला है, ये तो बहुत बड़ी complex चीज़ है. My family members have told me. So I just tell them that you do only deep breathing, and they have automatically entered the kind of meditation. So it is very easy for that person to start doing deep breathing, which is very, only thing is that you have to do it with some rectification, with some proper attention to the breathing. So it becomes a kind of easy process. Now here I would like to tell you all about one important parameter. I think many of you must be having the smart watches. So in that there is one parameter called heart rate variability. You know, na? So heart rate variability, now see, our heart is not beating at equal distance. Suppose now there are 60 beats in 1 minute. a heartbeat. So every beat will not come at 1 second. One beat will be 0.9 second, another 0.86 second, one other 1.04 second, 1.12 second, etc. But summing up to proper 1 minute 60 beats. So this is known as heart rate variability. And if your heart rate variability is good, your not only physical or heart health is good, your psychological more well composed personality, and our positive system increases the heart rate, and our deep breathing activates the positive system, parasympathetic one. The same thing I have this thing. Now one thing this you should know, that our negative system decreases the heart rate variability because it makes the heart beat faster. Variability reduces. So that is associated with heart disease, anxiety, stress, and irritable bowel. Maximum of the research articles told me this, irritable bowel, and believe me, I will not be able to, because it's not my this thing, it's adult topic, but आजकल ये irritable bowels का problem बढ़ता जा रहा है. And these patients suffering from irritable bowel, you know, first they are given medicine for anxiety, because that is the main stressor, main thing which leads to activation of our negative system. Whereas good HRV, I don't have to repeat. So deep breathing. Now this is very measure of practice, that the maximum activation of our positive system in the brain, at the base of the brain, occurs at, and also best heart rate variability occurs at 5 to 6 breaths per minute. Well, now see, as you start attending to your breath, you will start realizing that your breathing rate is decreased. But don't get don't become sad that you are not able to achieve the result. Don't get discouraged that you are not able to achieve the result. It's a slow process. But the journey is excellent. Meaning, I am telling you to do it for 10 minutes. When you get up from your chair, you will say, "अरे मैं 25 मिनट कर लिया, मेरे को बहुत आनंद आया, मजा आया." So it becomes a habit, and slowly, even if you come to 8 to 10 breaths per minute, that's excellent. That's excellent. There are other modes of improving the good heart rate variability. No, pulse rate is heart beating, and breathing rate is, this is one breath. Yeah. Breathing in, hold. Pulse, that is heart beating. That is heart beating, pulse rate. Yeah. But to a great extent, deep breathing will make you control that also. This is a particular topic, coherence. Our heart rate fluctuates minute to minute, second to second. Like now you take heart rate, especially the electronic watches, those smart watches, it will tell you 68 now, 72 after a minute, or 84 after some time. Similarly, blood pressure also fluctuate. You take now, it will be different. After 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, it will be different. Similarly, breathing also. Sometimes you take 16 breaths, sometimes you take 12 breaths, sometimes take 18 breaths in a minute. Brain activity also, it has own rhythm. So all these rhythms will harmonize at that breathing rate per minute. And this is known as the domain of resilience. You become a strong personality. I mean, I am not telling that you will not be affected by anything, but at least you reduce the effect of these day-to-day life stressors. And physical, emotional, mental, I have told you. Now regarding the spiritual health, now they have the scientists have conducted the experiments, and through lot of research they have come to know that when a person is doing deep breathing, the brain develops a deep wave, very deep waves, which are obtained from a person doing deep meditation. So by doing this practice, you develop lot of advantages. like you not only you become calm and composed personality, you develop an attitude of gratitude, thankfulness, let go. Lot of things you let go. That's very important. And you kind of through continuous process of deep breathing, you develop a kind of your sphere of excellence, or your own space where you can do self exploration. All these things will lead to a path of meditation and spirituality. So that's why I thought that I will just give you some words about the spiritual, because ultimately health by WHO definition involves all these things. So this was my talk on the deep breathing. And as I told you that it's not that I am some breathing expert, but this is what is my experience, and I have gained a lot of positivity, and especially in our medical work, it is very important. I mean, you may be wanting, thank you. Thank you so much. Madam is herself a yoga expert. Yes. Why it was important to me in my medical profession? I may be wanting to work well. My nurse should work well. My assistant should work well. The especially my field, children, the parents they ought to be hyper. According to me, I have never told that they are hyper. It's their religion to become hyper for their children. So, but it is my kind of composed kind of expression, and my soft tonation of my voice is what going to help them. It's not going to give them some quick fix to their child's condition, but at least they will go home with that relaxed assurance that so that has helped me a lot. And see, our subordinates are definitely, Shweta will know okay, what happens during our work. Subordinates are definitely going to do a lot of errors. So earlier, whatever I used to have those fits of anger and raising voice, oh, come again. Oh, come again. My wife will tell you, she's here. Yeah. So she's there with me for all 5 hours in the clinic. So now she's realizing. अभी थोड़ा सा उल्टा हो रहा है. So thank you all. This is
Hello.
True.
How your breath is slowing down.
Yeah, take the
stress
mic.
is also slowing down. So I would really say, just keep on checking your breath every moment in a day. If you ever feel your breathing is disturbed, irritated, irregular, somehow you have taken some stress. It can be a simple irritation, it can be out of fear, it can be out of uncertainty, and of course doctor has given all the symptoms and causes of the stressors, So just try to figure out and go for a deep simple breathing or a mindful breathing. Just simply inhale and exhale. Say yourself, I am capable, I can handle the situation. I don't want to react. Let go is very important. I would really say that let going the things will really make you a more you can calmer personality, because more you expect, the more you will get disturbed. So ज़्यादा अगर expectation किया, breathing is going to disturb. So just regulate that with the normal breathing. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Here I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Madam Ashwini, and more so, I'll tell you, much of the flavor of the talk has come up, because yesterday I gave a demonstration to Madam Ashwini, and she has given me very, very positive inputs. So my thank you to you, and thank you Mr. Atul Joshi, who has provided us with the required audio and visual help. So कहाँ है Mr. Atul Joshi?
I नहीं है. Thank you, doctor. You know, this topic is my favorite topic as well.
Yeah.
Any question answer session is
Yeah. Carry on.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, oxygen is basically O2. Nowadays, the ozone treatment is going on, O3 I suppose. What is that? Is it really helping us?
See, definitely it has got usefulness. But I am harping on those tools which are easily available without any expenses, and which is available every now and then. For ozone treatment, you have to go to specialized centers. Yeah, at least पहले आप ये जो आपके खुद के tools हैं उसको आप enjoy करके देखो, उसको आप practice करके देखो, and then you go for those sophisticated things.
If there are some problems, we go.
Yes.
Then we go for ozone.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's not required.
Yes.
The problem is, okay, I'll just share some insight which what doctor shared today was the scientific perspective. Now here I am somebody, this is my pet's passion topic, because I used to suffer from, when I used to work, I had a very high stress job and managing 8-9 countries, blah, blah, blah. So I used to get stressed up. And once I took a deep exploration as to figuring out how can I handle this stress better. So my layman's perspective, which is from your perspective, what उन्होंने जो share किया बहुत ही beautifully explain किया कि कैसे parasympathetic, sympathetic, limbic system. From the layman's perspective, थोड़ा सा समझने में अगर type problem है भी तो let me share you my perspective, which is a layman's perspective.
Please go ahead.
So the thing is, what is a stressor? A stressor is nothing but a thought. A thought can be positive, a thought can be negative. So what basically deep breathing does is, this is my deep exploration which showed me that when you focus your mind on the breath, it cuts the flow of thoughts in your mind.
Decluttering.
So you become thoughtless. So as soon as ये 100% मतलब tried and tested है. Whenever you put your mind on the breath, your mind becomes thoughtless, because it's like cutting the cord of the thoughts. And when you're thoughtless, you're completely in the meditation zone.
Absolutely.
Now comes the second point, is how do you focus this is my journey. Like, I would forget about the deep breathing, and obviously I'm focusing on the work and ये भूल जाती थी कि deep breathing करना है. So I used to put a reminder on my phone. Every hour, are you deep breathing? Like alarm बजता था, and I would, अरे हाँ मुझे deep breathing करना. This is
Wonderful.
years ago.
Fantastic.
Years ago. So every hour, I'm like, I'm not deep breathing. Okay, so I would deep breathe and focus my mind on the breath. And as years passed, it became a habit. Ki haan, I'm supposed to focus on the deep breathing. And what it did is, now what deep breathing or focusing your mind on the breath does, I've helped many people in my lives who have come and told me, अरे यार मेरा breakup हो गया, or मेरे mother-in-law ने मुझे ये किया, मेरे husband ने ये किया, whatever problems in life. So what I always tell them is, focus your mind on the breath. And what it did is, when your mind is on the breath, there is no room for thought to come inside you. For example, let's say, just for the example's sake, my business mein problem hai, it's a thought. My husband is doing this, it's a thought. Or my child is troubling me, it's a thought. My mother-in-law is, whatever those negative thoughts, it's just a thought. So when you're in no thought zone, there is no stress. So what deep breathing does is, it helps you go thoughtless, it helps you become joyful, it helps you come to the present.
Reduces that vacuum or emptiness of the mind.
And the present moment, actually, that if you read many of these self-help books by these great gurus, I've realized present moment is actually nothing but filled with joy, love. ये जो spiritual quotient doctor ने बताया, तो present moment में actually it's all filled with joy, happiness, peace. So present moment में आने के लिए आपके पास free tool है. So why go to ozone therapy and pay and go?
No, that is also important.
But the struggle
Under
is...
certain circumstances, it must be helpful, definitely. But here we are talking something, as she rightly pointed, ki it's a walking kind of meditative exercise, small, little, on a lower scale.
Just about doing building in that habit.
Free of charge.
Free of charge.
Free of charge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And God has given us free of cost. मतलब जितना चाहिए breathe कर लो, deep breathing कर लो,
See,
ले लो.
this is a staunch personal experience. What is she's talking, and she's got benefited. This adds to the impact of the deep breathing, which we all should continue doing. Yeah, please.
It's okay. I had read in one yogic book, but I think Patanjali Yoga book, how much will you live is not decided by number of years, it is decided by number of breaths.
Absolutely perfect.
So the less you breathe, you live longer.
Correct.
That's what
Perfect. Absolutely.
I have
Only thing
read
is that
somewhere.
I also had come across.
How
but I
much
have
will
to
you
have-
live is number of breaths.
There
not
is
the
no
number of
authentic
years.
evidence so far. I tried to
It's not
fetch,
authentic, yeah.
but that I did not
No, but
find.
then we have seen many yogic,
Fixed number of
fixed
breaths.
number of breaths. Yes, yes.
So now-
So less number of breaths, you live longer.
Correct. Absolutely perfect. That is one more assuring kind of reason for all of us to keep doing deep breathing.
And Dr. Saab, you said inhale from nose and exhale from mouth.
Mouth.
So what if somebody is exhaling from nose?
See, only thing is that you are not going to get advantage of that nitric oxide which is produced. It adds up to 20% extra oxygenation and lowering of blood pressure, controlling the blood pressure. Further, it reduces the blood pressure, reduces the heart rate. See, if your heart is beating fast, then you are in a stressed condition. You are not able to focus, you are not able to perform better, you are not able to be mindful. If you are relaxed state, that comes with the added advantage of having less heart beating. I should have at least elaborated that what is heartbeat and breathing. As I told you, when we take a breath, that is breathing count, and when you take a pulse, that is heart beating. So you will lose the advantage of that nitric oxide, nothing else. That's very important.
Throughout the day, if you start exhaling from the mouth, that is better?
That is difficult. When you are working,
Only
it's
when you are deep
not
breathing.
easy. While doing deep breathing. Exhale, जितना ज़्यादा exhale कर सकोगे उतना अच्छा है.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I would like to invite Professor Ajay Gupta because I think he will understand my pain. We are holding this particular seminar for about 40 plus age group, right? Now we are dealing with science faculty.
Correct.
And those particular kids are passing through a lot of stress.
Correct.
So from your speech, I am definitely inspired that, when the exams are coming up, we should keep one session of yours for the students because they are really stressed.
I'll be very happy.
Because if they develop this habit, see, the age group of maybe 7 or 8 or 10 years is too less to understand this. But the age group of 15, 16, where they start passing through the stress, whether you are taking science field or commerce field, there are many doctors over here, there are many engineers over here, there are some parents whose kids were my students. And I was only the culprit that you are giving stress. Now they are doctors, so they thank me. Am I right, Dr. Jaban Putra Sahab? That time, I mean, for 2 years I am khadus. So, yeah, so I would really appreciate if you can,
Yeah, definitely.
we can just take this kind of initiatives to the age group of 13 to 18. Because I think if from that age, they are matured enough to understand this. From that age, if they start developing this, then this is not required only. I mean, they will automatically get into their routine. Because at the age of 54, I am listening to this. Maybe if I would have heard this, so this would not have been there, this would have been there. It's truly.
But then it's never too late. It's never too late.
Verma sir is very correct over there. We very frequently we used to listen to news from Kota that the students, they are out of panic. They are making very third stage basically steps they are taking. Okay, see few very peak results we had seen. We don't know there are further few more. Those are into hospitals that we don't know.
Yeah, that is the
counts
only
of
tip of the
hospitals. The
iceberg.
counts of hospitals we don't know. We know only those counts. Okay,
Correct.
the final stages they have taken up. Okay.
Extreme step.
In fact, I would like to say something which is really sad. This is my 32nd year of teaching. I meet doctors every year because, see, I cater the field of NEET and JEE mains. Many doctors are really saying that I don't want a child to become doctor. Now, that is really shocking because I then tell them the statistics that in India, to every 10,000 people, we have got one doctor. I think she's one of them. You're nodding your head, that's bad. Inspire a child to become a doctor. If something happens to you, where will you go? So, no, it is not totally their choice. See, somewhere we are showing them the negative part of it, that you have to study for 11 years, you have to, but you are not showing the positive part of it, that you are next to God. So, I think if we inculcate this kind of things,
True,
you know, the positivity of breathing and all that, to this particular age group, then lot many things are automatically being taken care of.
Yes,
Because I am dealing with these children every day.
Yes, yes.
There are many parents who don't want to, you know, cry in front of the child. So when they talk to us alone, that time they are crying. Okay, this is how the child behaves, and it's very, very shocking.
It's a shocking revelation to me.
I can give you, you know, some examples of some psychiatrists, right? Their business has boomed up like anything, particularly after Corona, because the child is really passing through mental bad health. So your particular seminar is very, very important. And then on a lighter side, to our entire society, we are about 60 people and it's houseful kind of a thing. But this is very much required in our society because people react for small things. JL has done this, we have done this. And there is a long chat of about 500 messages. So basically, being matured people, I'm really sorry to say this was on a lighter side, but many of us are doing this, reacting for small things. Right? See, when we have to blame others, right, it is very, very easy.
Correct.
I tell the parents that, you know, the grass is always green on the other side. You come and sit on my chair. You know, I feel like a boss, okay. But it is not like that. So we should not react in a bad way. That is for all of us also. So I think this particular video should be uploaded on the YouTube.
Yes,
right?
yes, yes,
They
sure,
can see the
definitely.
playback speed of 2, that is okay, but they should take the main points out of it.
True, very true.
Dr. Saab, thank you.
Thank you,
Wonderful
thank
it
you.
was.
Thank you very much. Thank
And
you.
I really wanted to take this opportunity to Dr. Vinod. He is my personal favorite in all possible senses.
Thank you.
He's a wonderful singer.
Thank you.
I found a wonderful friend.
Thank you. Same here.
And fantastic knowledge.
I have already told you on the WhatsApp message that I echo your sentiments.
Arre, sir, thank you so much. And most important, you know, thanks to Ashwini,
Yes,
because
yes.
this academy is the baby of Ashwini, I would tell you. There were only 3 members to begin with. She used to get frustrated, let us close this group, what is this nonsense, nobody is responding. But Ashwini, it's not like that. We are a labor class people. So we come out of the lecture room at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and we definitely respond when you don't need. This is the response.
Thank you very much. You are a really wonderful audience.
I
Thank you
remember
very
the
much.
first session.
Thank you.
When we had our first session, Ashwini was outside.
Thank
And like, बहुत कम लोग आए, बहुत कम लोग आए.
Thank you very much.
But at the time the
Thank you
lecture
so
was
much.
going to start, the hall was house full, and that was like amazing. I mean, the first lecture. This is our third lecture. Third lecture today.
Here I would like to take the credit up because they are not giving me the credit. They were going to cancel that session saying that, but I said no, show must go on. And see, if your sessions are good, people will come, people will appreciate, they know what is going on. And it is selflessly going on without any other things.
Yes. Atul sir,
And I
thank
must-
you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your such a beautiful gesture of arranging the
all
audiovisual.
the equipments from the projectors, mics, speakers, and today he's gone ahead and extended even the recordings of our sessions free
Thank
of
you
cost.
so much.
Completely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And like he was saying, just last line, all the frustrations or whatever that came in, it was this power of breath which has helped me. Trust me.
Same
it
here.
works. It
Same
works.
here.
It
Same
really works. I'll give you a small example of, I may not extend more than this, but there was this girl who was going through a, some kind of a painful, event in her life. And constantly sad, always जब भी देखो नहीं वो चल रहा है past, the past would come up and ऐसा हुआ. So I would not know how to help this girl. She would come and tell me, pour her the issues with me. So I used to always tell her, focus your mind on the breath. She would say, हाँ करती हूँ, but again she would do for 2 minutes. Again, she would lose the awareness that I have to focus on the breath. And then she would come and again I would say the same thing. So I gave her these techniques which I used to use. Put the reminders on your phone every half an hour.
Idea.
Every half an hour, every 15 minutes, put the reminders and remind yourself. Are you focusing your mind on the breath? And trust me, after some 4 or 5 months, one day she came and told me, this really helped me. Today I'm not able, that memory is gone. Matlab it's gone. Or even if the memory comes, I'm able to manage those thoughts.
Very true.
So
Very
that's
true.
how powerful our breath is. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you and have a pleasant night. Thank you. Thank you.